Everything is like...
What's the wallpaper on your phone?
Zendaya.
That's the correct answer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm support what you sport.
There we go.
I love you so much.
Thank you.
Zendaya is just the absolute North Star of my life, and she's an impossible person not to love. She's as wonderful on screen as she is off screen.
I think someone who has beautiful charisma, not on the Dune cast, but I personally worked for me, is Mr. Tom Holland.
It has been the pleasure of my career playing this character. I've met the love of my life.
And I'm trying, like, you're just
Awesome.
You're
Legendary.
yeah, so many
Fantastic.
great words.
Talented.
What happens when two young actors meet on the set of one of the biggest superhero franchises in the world and unexpectedly find something much more meaningful than a movie role? For Tom Holland and Zendaya, what started as an on-screen partnership gradually became a friendship, then a romance, and eventually a relationship built around trust, support, humor, and genuine affection. Their story has been followed closely by fans for years, but some of the most revealing moments have come from the little things they have said and done when the cameras were rolling. Long before they became husband and wife, Tom and Zendaya were simply two young actors meeting for the first time during the audition process for Spider-Man. And according to their own memories, that first meeting was anything but smooth. Tom has recalled that their introduction was awkward because he went in for a handshake while Zendaya went for a hug. The result was an uncomfortable combination of both, made even more memorable because Zendaya's father was nearby. It was hardly the picture-perfect beginning of a Hollywood love story. But behind that awkward first impression was something much more important: chemistry. Zendaya was eventually chosen to play MJ, and Tom quickly became one of the most important people in her professional life. Their connection grew naturally while working together, and both have repeatedly spoken about how comfortable they felt around each other. For Tom, the Spider-Man franchise became more than just the role that transformed his career. It also introduced him to someone who would become one of the most important people in his life. Tom has openly described playing Spider-Man as one of the great pleasures of his career, because the role allowed him to meet the love of his life. Zendaya has similarly explained that her experience with Spider-Man changed her life in ways she never expected because it brought her closer to one of her favorite people. That makes their story especially interesting. Their relationship wasn't built separately from their careers. In many ways, their careers are where the relationship began. And while they have always been supportive of one another professionally, they also have something else in common. Neither one seems willing to let the other become too comfortable. Their competitive side has become one of the funniest parts of their dynamic. During one memorable appearance, Zendaya explained how Tom had made their performance sound easy and relaxed. The plan was supposedly simple: don't overthink it, don't stress, and just do a good job. But when the actual day arrived, everything became much more dramatic. There was rain, costume changes, special effects, sparklers, backflips, and all kinds of unexpected surprises. Zendaya jokingly pointed out that Tom had apparently taken the challenge much further than expected. That playful competition says a lot about their relationship. They can celebrate each other's success while still teasing each other when one of them goes a little too far. Tom has also consistently used public appearances as opportunities to praise Zendaya. Whether they're attending premieres, answering interview questions, or simply standing next to each other on a red carpet, Tom often seems genuinely proud of her. He has praised her fashion sense, her talent, and the way she carries herself. When asked about fashion, for example, Tom essentially handed the spotlight to Zendaya, describing her as the person who should really be answering the question. He has also complimented specific looks she has worn, including one of her memorable appearances connected with the Odyssey. And apparently, his admiration for her wardrobe isn't limited to compliments. Tom has admitted that they share clothes, largely because Zendaya has clothes he really likes. He has even worn her leather jacket, joking that one of the best things about traveling with her is having access to her impressive wardrobe. That small detail might sound insignificant, but it captures something important about their relationship. Their connection isn't only about glamorous premieres and movie sets. It also exists in ordinary, everyday habits. They can borrow each other's clothes, tease each other, argue about tiny things, and still remain completely comfortable together. Tom's compliments also go much deeper than appearance. He has described Zendaya as the North Star of his life and praised her as someone who is wonderful both on screen and off screen. He has also spoken about how difficult it is not to love someone like her. Those aren't casual compliments. They reveal how highly he values her as a person. And Zendaya has made it clear that the admiration goes both ways. She has spoken about how supportive and encouraging Tom is, saying that his presence gives her confidence. She has also openly called him handsome and adorable. But perhaps one of the strongest signs of their connection is that they don't simply flatter each other. They also trust each other enough to be honest. When Tom was asked who he turns to for honest opinions and advice, his answer was Zendaya. He explained that she is probably one of the most honest people with him, and that he loves that quality because having someone who will tell you the truth is important. That kind of honesty can be more valuable than endless compliments. Their relationship has also been filled with hilarious moments where they simply forget things about each other's careers. Despite spending years working together, neither seems immune to getting questions about the other completely wrong. Zendaya has forgotten details about Spider-Man, while Tom has occasionally struggled to remember things connected to Zendaya's work. Instead of creating tension, these moments usually become opportunities for them to laugh at each other. That's what makes their public dynamic feel so natural. They don't always appear perfectly polished. They interrupt each other, they correct each other, they make mistakes, they tease each other, and sometimes they simply laugh. One of the funniest examples is Zendaya teasing Tom about his age. Tom tried to clarify that he was still 29 and had a few months left before turning 30, while Zendaya wasn't exactly willing to let him escape the joke. These moments might seem small, but they help reveal why their relationship has remained so fascinating to fans. Behind the Hollywood premieres, expensive outfits, cameras, and worldwide fame, they often behave like an ordinary couple. They have inside jokes. They challenge each other. They make fun of each other. And most importantly, they seem comfortable enough to be completely themselves. Their connection also shows up in quieter moments. Even during chaotic public events, Tom and Zendaya have often found brief moments to interact privately. A glance, a joke, a small gesture, or simply standing close to each other can say more than a carefully prepared interview. And that may be one of the biggest reasons fans have remained invested in their story. Their relationship doesn't seem to depend entirely on dramatic declarations. Instead, it is often visible in the little details. From the beginning, they had chemistry. Then came friendship. Then came romance. And eventually, that relationship grew into something much more serious. But the story didn't become meaningful simply because they became a famous Hollywood couple. It became meaningful because, underneath everything, they appeared to remain best friends. And that friendship became the foundation for everything that followed. As Tom Holland and Zendaya's relationship developed, their connection became harder to describe as simply a Hollywood romance. There was a level of comfort between them that suggested something deeper. They weren't just co-stars promoting the same movie. They were people who genuinely knew each other. And one of the clearest examples came during the Spider-Man No Way Home press tour. The world was watching them promote one of the most anticipated movies in the franchise. But some of the moments fans remembered most had nothing to do with the film itself. Their jokes, reactions, and natural chemistry constantly stole attention. Tom has repeatedly said that one of the best parts of playing Spider-Man was getting to work with Zendaya. And Zendaya has expressed the same feeling about playing MJ alongside Tom. Their answers were simple, but the meaning behind them was obvious. Working together was something they genuinely valued. Even their random conversations could become entertaining. They could debate something as ridiculous as what food they would take to a deserted island, argue over music, or laugh over completely unrelated questions. That kind of effortless interaction is one of the things that makes their relationship stand out. But there is another side to their story that doesn't always get as much attention: loyalty. Tom has repeatedly demonstrated that Zendaya isn't simply someone he loves. She's someone he considers part of his inner circle. At one point, Tom described a very early relationship moment when he tried to fix a broken door at Zendaya's house. He apparently wanted to help her, and in hindsight, he jokes about how that simple act became part of the story of how their relationship developed. It's an ordinary moment, but that's exactly why it is memorable. Their relationship isn't made up only of red carpets and romantic headlines. It's also made up of fixing things, sharing clothes, talking about work, teasing each other, and being there after a long day. Zendaya has also offered fans a glimpse into what Tom is like at home. According to her, Tom has one major problem when it comes to keeping secrets. He struggles to keep them to himself. She has joked that if she tells him something and specifically asks him not to tell anyone, it somehow becomes a story he later shares with his family. And when Tom comes home from a movie set, Zendaya says he can spend time explaining every detail of his day. He doesn't simply say what happened. He apparently recreates the entire scene, describing what he did, what happened on set, and how everything unfolded. That paints a completely different picture of Tom Holland. The public sees the actor walking red carpets and playing Spider-Man. Zendaya sees the person who comes home after work and wants to tell her every detail of his day. That's the difference between a celebrity relationship and a genuine partnership. They know the person behind the public image, and they clearly aren't afraid to make fun of each other. Zendaya has become especially good at roasting Tom. Whether she's correcting him, questioning his answers, or pointing out when he gets something wrong, she doesn't treat him like a superstar. To her, he's simply Tom. And Tom appears to love that. There's something refreshing about seeing two incredibly famous people behave like a normal couple when they're together. They don't always agree. They don't always remember everything. They don't always get the perfect answer. And sometimes, one of them simply laughs at the other. That normality may actually be one of the strongest parts of their bond. Another major part of their relationship is professional respect. Tom doesn't just admire Zendaya because she's his partner. He respects her talent. He has praised her work on screen and frequently spoken about how talented she is. Zendaya has returned that support by describing Tom as someone who makes her feel confident and encouraged. For two people working in an industry where criticism can be intense and pressure is constant, having someone close who tells you the truth can be incredibly valuable. Their careers can be demanding. They deal with massive productions, public expectations, interviews, premieres, social media attention, and endless speculation. But through all of that, they have maintained a connection that appears to be based on friendship first. And perhaps that is why some of their sweetest moments aren't the dramatic ones. It's the way Tom looks genuinely proud when Zendaya succeeds. It's the way Zendaya supports him when he's nervous. It's the jokes they make when interviews become uncomfortable. It's the little disagreements. It's the shared laughter. It's the fact that they can still embarrass each other after years of knowing one another. Their journey also demonstrates how relationships can evolve. They started as two young actors meeting for a movie. They became friends. Their friendship developed into something more. They faced the attention that naturally comes with being two globally recognized stars. And eventually, their relationship reached marriage. What makes the story compelling isn't simply the destination. It's everything that happened along the way. Their relationship survived the intense attention that comes with fame, while they continued building their lives and careers. They learned how to support one another without losing their individual identities. They celebrated each other's achievements. They challenged each other. And they never completely stopped being best friends. Now, when fans look at Tom and Zendaya, they aren't simply looking at Spider-Man and MJ. They're looking at two people who met through a fictional love story and eventually created their own real-life chapter. The irony is almost perfect. Tom played a superhero who spent years trying to protect the person he loved. Zendaya played the person closest to him in that story. And outside the movies, their friendship gradually became a relationship that meant just as much to them personally. Their journey reminds us that sometimes the strongest relationships don't begin with dramatic romance. Sometimes they begin with an awkward handshake, a nervous audition, a shared joke, a friendship, a little competition, and countless ordinary moments that slowly become unforgettable. Tom and Zendaya's story is ultimately about more than celebrity romance. It's about finding someone who can be your biggest supporter and your biggest critic. Someone who can make you laugh when the world is watching. Someone who knows the person behind the fame. Someone you can trust with your career, your secrets, your jokes, and your everyday life. From their first awkward meeting to their years of shared memories, their relationship has continued to evolve, while that original friendship remains at the center. And perhaps that's the sweetest part of the entire story. Before they were one of Hollywood's most recognizable couples, they were simply two people who became friends. And after everything they've experienced, that friendship still appears to be one of the strongest parts of their bond. Because sometimes the person who starts as your co-star becomes your best friend. Your best friend becomes the person you trust most. And eventually, that person can become your forever. For Tom Holland and Zendaya, the story that began with Spider-Man became something far bigger than a movie. It became a story about friendship, loyalty, laughter, support, and a love that continued to grow long after the cameras stopped rolling.